Hey gems, and welcome back to another one of my videos. I am very late to recording this. It's like almost the middle of October and I'm just recording this now, and quite frankly, I did not make much during September. Let me explain. As you guys know, I kind of pride myself on how fast I can work and how much stuff I can create in a short amount of time. But I've kind of come to the realization that that's because I had a lot of free time. I recently started a second job, so I now work anywhere between 30 to like 40 hours a week. And so I just do not have the time. And when I have the time, I don't have the energy. So it's really sad, and I've had some mentee bees about it, but it's okay, because we're figuring it out. And I'm trying to use crochet as a form of relaxation rather than content creation, because that's what it became. It became that, okay? Don't let that happen to you. So took a step back and I just did what I could when I could. And so I'm going to show you the few things that I obviously made in September, but I also want to show you some yarn that I have received from a couple companies, and I want to explain what I'm going to make with that, just so there's a little bit more to fluff out this video and to give myself some motivation to make those things. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first and only thing that I finished in September is this amazing jumper by the amazing Wool and Buggers once again, which is her Seagull jumper, Seagull sweater. Dude, I have no idea why I was having such a hard time with the name of this sweater. I was just mixing up the words, saying them the wrong way around. It's called the Hugel sweater, which is so easy. So anyway, this is a really cool seagull design. So I don't even know if you can see that. This is the front, and then this is the back. This took me so long to make because I could only work on it like 1 to 2 hours at a time. Usually a jumper like this would take me like a week to finish, but it took me a couple of weeks. I'm not going to be telling you like how many days exactly it took to make these items because I don't know. September, literally I blinked and it was over, and I did not keep track of anything. So I think it took me about 18 hours because I did try to track that using an app I have on my phone. But again, when Anneli put out the testicle for this, I just had to jump on it. I need to have every single one of her pieces that has animals on it. I just think they are just the coolest. So in the original design, the seagull is actually holding a lime in its mouth, and the sun that I have here is also a lime, and the whole thing is like lime themed and mojito and seagulls because there's a whole backstory to do with her friend, which is named after, which is really cute. But I opted to have my seagull holding a chip, and I wanted it to have a sun on it as well, so that's kind of what I changed about this one, because that's more relevant to me. I've had many a chip stolen off me from a seagull in my time, and I just absolutely love the way this sun came out. The surface crochet details, there's a lot of information in this pattern. It's so thoroughly detailed and it talks you through absolutely everything. And Nelly put so much hard work into this, so I really would recommend it. But I just absolutely love how childish like the sun looks. It looks like a child's drawn it. And then on the back, this here is supposed to be like a mojito, or like, you know, a little drink, and everyone thinks it looks like a lighthouse, but thankfully once I put the straw on it, people kind of realized it wasn't a lighthouse, and it's supposed to be a milkshake, specifically a Five Guys milkshake, because again, that's more relevant to me, so that's what I did. And then the other thing that I really love about this jumper is how I did like the half and half. So two things actually. So you've got, you know, I wanted it to look like the seagull was on the beach, so I made the bottom half of the jumper this beige sandy color and the top half like a sky blue. And then on the sleeves of the original there are limes going all the way down the side of it, but that wasn't going to work with like my kind of idea for what I wanted to do, so I still followed her instructions. I just changed it ever so slightly. So this is actually the shape of the lime, but I just obviously made it a sun. and then I added the little surface crochet again, and it's only on one arm and it's kind of where the elbow hits, so it's kind of like a little elbow pad. I just think it's so cute. I used this really nice chunky wool. It's from Woolcrafts. It was the Woolcraft New Fashion Chunky, which I don't even know if you can get it online. I just find it at my local haberdashery, who he sells like really cheap yarn in there, and I also wanted it to be nice and thick and cozy. I've been making a lot of things with chunky yarn recently, and then after this project all of my work has been using DK 4mm 4.5mm hooks, so it was nice to kind of have my chunky moments. Please check out all of the other testers versions of these, because we were all very creative with our like alterations or customizations. Like someone made cookies and milk, which was really cool. Someone made a different colored seagull. There was just so many. Oh, one of them made a like shrimp version, like it was a shrimp cocktail, and there was so much detail. I don't like it blows my mind how people can make such detailed, like realistically looking color work when it comes to crochet. I mean, I've spoken about it before about how, you know, sometimes crochet color work can look a little bit muddy because the stitches aren't directly on top of each other, which is why a lot of people prefer doing color work in knit. But just some people are just so good at it, it's like ridiculous. So yeah, anyway, that was the Seagull jumper by Anelli Woolen Buggers. So the next thing I started, and I'm not gonna lie, I finished a lot of this panel in October, but we're just gonna say that I did it all in September. It's fine. But this is a test for someone I have followed since the beginning of my like crochet content creation journey. We have been following each other for a couple years now, it must be, because I've been doing this for 3 years, but I've always admired their work, and I've been waiting for something to come up that I could test for them, and when this did, I was instantly there. I was like, yes, give it to me. So I don't actually know if this is the name that the pattern is going to be called, but I'm just going to call it this in this video because that's what I've been calling it in my head. But this is the Best Vest by Crochet Callista, and this is one of their many designs that they've done as like a graphic vest collection, and mine says, "What's going on?" The entirety of me making this, I think it's become like a vocal stim to me, is for me to just all of a sudden burst out and go, "What's going on?" And Scott's like, "What is going on? What are you saying?" Anyway, so this is what I've got done so far. Just the front panel. I actually have since finished the back panel as well, but I did that in October, so I'm not going to show you that yet. But my original idea was to do it black and this like off-white and then do red. So what it is around the letters is going to be surface crochet. And so I wanted that color to be, well, originally I was going to do it this color because this is my favorite color and I've been obsessed with this color recently, especially with like Halloween and everything. But then I was like, no, actually I'm going to do it red because I don't have that many red things, and I recently dyed my hair red, don't know if you guys noticed, and I was like, yeah, it's going to look cool. And then one of the testers finished theirs and posted it, and it was black, white and red, and I was like, okay, looks sick, looks absolutely beautiful, looks amazing. But now I don't want to do red. So I went back to my original and I am using the green, which I am quite happy with actually. I'm glad I am because I think it's going to look really cool. So yeah, this is just one of many designs. I remember that Callista put out this free pattern, like you could buy the graphs for free off their Ko-fi. I did buy them though because I like to support where I can. So I wasn't expecting this to come up as like a testicle at some point, but I'm glad they're doing it. And I'm so excited to see everyone's, and I'm so excited for everyone to get a hold of them because they're so funny. They are so funny. I went for the what's going on one because it like feels most relevant to me, but also because I am yet to put like a cuss word on any of my pieces, and that's mainly because a lot of my family like watch my content, and you know, I wear my pieces out all the time and I'm just nervous to like wear something that says like fuck on it, you know what I mean? Sorry Nan if you're watching. Yeah, there's one that says like I don't know shit. There's one that says like what the fuck, but there's other ones that are like obviously don't have cuss words in. I'm looking at them now. There's one that says like don't look at me, I don't get stuff. Like it's just so cool. There's two different like packages, you could say. Yeah, there's like a collection called the Introverts collection, and then there's another one called the Clueless collection. I think that's what those two are called. I'll have to double check. And then they also recently posted ones that say not a girl and not a boy, which I just think are so cool and just a really fun way of kind of, you know, representing who you are. So may have to make one of those in the future as well, not gonna lie. So cool. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been a huge fan of Callista for so many years, and it feels so nice to finally like work with them. So yeah, super excited to get that finished. Shouldn't take me too long. Like I said, I just need to do the surface crochet, sew them together and add the ribbing, and then I'm done. So yeah, okie dokie. And the last thing, yeah, you heard me, we're 3 things in and this is the last thing. The last thing that I started and didn't finish during the month of September is this star hat by Alexandra Masu. So let me give you some context on this. If you guys watched my what I plan to make in 2023 video, this hat was on there. And so I was always going to make it at some point, but I just never really had like the time or the excuse to make it. And then if you're from the UK, this will be a little bit more relevant, but I know you have Aldi in America, don't you? And other parts of the country. I don't know. But anyway, people started talking about how Aldi had yarn, and they always have some kind of yarn, but like they had new yarn. So I went to my local Aldi and I found this beautiful baby like chenille kind of nice chunky fluffy yarn and I was like, oh my god, this will literally be perfect. So I bought way more balls than I actually needed, but it was only like £1.50 each, so it's fine. So my idea is to make the hat using that, and I haven't really thought about it yet, and I've only made 4. I'm well aware I've only made 4, but it's gonna look so funny. But the reason why I'm making it now is because I work for Hobbycraft, if you guys don't know, and me and my friend Charlotte have been put in charge of Christmas, and we have to get Christmas done by the 17th of October. Halloween's not even over and Christmas has to be up. Like, it's kind of wild. But basically we've been making these elves that look like us to then put around the store. We've like cut them out of mount board and painted them, and I made my elf have this star hat, and I want to make the hat to then match my elf so that, you know, we're kind of twinning and it'll be all cute. So that's why I'm making that, and I'm so excited, but I only have a couple days left to finish it. We shall see. But also I don't really want to go into work in the middle of October wearing Christmas stuff. Like, I just feel like I'm going to look like a bit of a ninny, so we'll see how it goes. So that is everything that I physically was making during September. Like I said, there was not a lot of stuff. I think I did a little bit of my bottoms up jumper that I showed last month, and a little bit more of my eyeball pillow, but I didn't finish them. I definitely will have to finish that eyeball pillow for next month, October, because the person I'm making it for, the last time I will properly see her is this month, so we need to get that sorted. But now I want to show you some yarn that I've received from 2 different companies. This is what I love about these kind of companies. Like, sometimes, if you know, you know, but as a crochet content creator with a pretty decent following, thank you guys so much for being here and, you know, making it possible for me to be reached out by these companies and be sent yarn. But it's very easy for us to get taken advantage of, and what I don't like and who I don't like working with are companies that will send you free yarn and expect a lot from you. If you want a lot from me, you're gonna have to pay me, okay? But both of these companies, and, you know, a couple other companies that have reached out to me and sent me something, have, you know, left no obligation to me to have to then create something with it, like ASAP, and also to even make any kind of video. I always will do an unboxing video just because I want to share with you guys that this has happened to me, and, you know, I'm grateful for this, and I also want to show that I am grateful and appreciative to those companies. But they don't expect me to then, you know, sit down and make something with it and make 5-6 videos and posts and stuff, and, you know, that's kind of like my repayment. Like I said, if you know, you know. But anyway, I'm going to show you some yarn. So the first yarn I want to show you is from the company We Are Knitters, and We Are Knitters have sent me yarn before. They have sent me yarn called, it was their organic yarn range, and it were these little balls of blue yarn, and I haven't made anything with it yet because I really want to knit it, and it takes a lot for me to kind of get in the knitting headspace, and also I just haven't had time. Again, this is why I love We Are Knitters, because I haven't even made anything using that yarn yet. I will, but you know, they've reached back out to me and they said, hi, do you want anything else? And I'm like, yeah, sure, like, thank you so much, you know. So that's the kind of people you want to keep around. But yeah, so I this time round asked for some of their boucle yarn because I've never used boucle yarn before, and I've seen a couple of people use it and it looks so much fun. So they sent me these. Oh, that one's upside down. So this is their boucle yarn. It is 70% merino and 30% alpaca, and I've never really worked with merino before either. I've worked a little bit with alpaca but not much merino, and this is in the shade Millennial Pink, which I think is literally the perfect shade for Millennial Pink. And then this is called Bubblegum. Now, I originally had only asked for bubblegum because I was going to make something else with just this color, but they sent me this as well, and as soon as I saw them together I was like, yeah, this needs to be stripy. This needs to be a stripy something. And then if you guys remember, back in June, was it June, July, August, I don't know, a couple of months ago, gosh, I can't remember the day, I met up with the wonderful Emma, Made in the Moment, and whilst we were together we were kind of chatting and stuff, and they said that they would send me a copy of their blank cam vest, because I've always wanted to knit a vest, but I've never really knitted anything properly as a wearable. The most I have is my Coraline jumper, and it's not my best, most well constructed piece. So yeah, so they sent me the blank cam vest and I'm so excited. I've read through the pattern, I've done a bit of a gauge swatch. I did get someone comment on my video of me unboxing the yarn saying, oh, just be careful, boucle yarn can be really hard to work with. And I'm not gonna lie, when I did my gauge swatch, I did find that I was struggling to see the stitches, and so I may have to size up my my needles so that it's a little bit easier to kind of control and manage, but we'll see. But I am super excited about that. And the second company that reached out to me was Lovecrafts, which again, I'm a huge fan of Lovecrafts. I have never bought any of their paint box yarn before, but I have bought I bought, what was it, like Yarn Inspirations, I think it is, and I bought some other stuff from their website, and they're super cool. And so when they reached out to me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So they said, any paint box yarn, what would you like? So I asked for their Simply Aran. Sorry, I don't know why I said that so weirdly. So yeah, I asked for this. This is in the shade 250, but I think this is also called Bubblegum, and this is going to be a lot better for the project that I want to do. So I got this Simply Aran yarn in the shade Bubblegum. I only asked for 6 and they sent me 10, so that's going to leave me plenty of wiggle room. And again, I want to knit a jumper using this, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I kind of want to, I might make a whole video on me making this jumper, but I'll give you the same hints that I gave the people in my TikTok and Instagram video. It's from a game. I've already made 2 jumpers from the same game, and it involves animals. I'm pretty sure that gives it away, but anyway, that's what I am going to be making with that yarn. And again, I'm super excited to try it out. It looks really nice and really soft, and sometimes it's hard to find like a good Aran yarn. I don't know why, like sometimes I feel like some Arans are too chunky, they're too stiff, but this feels nice. This feels like it isn't DK and it isn't chunky. It's like an actual Aran, and it's really soft. It's really soft. This is 100% acrylic, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 100% acrylic. That's exactly what I wanted and exactly what I needed. So yeah, super duper excited. So thank you so much to We Are Knitters and to Lovecrafts for sending me that yarn, and thank you guys for being here and watching the videos and supporting me. These companies wouldn't reach out to me if it wasn't for you guys, you know, helping me out, so I really do appreciate it. Another exciting thing did happen in September actually. I released my very first pattern. It is for my Halloween tapestries. I made a whole video showing you guys how to do crochet tapestry, but that pattern is now available. You can either see it for free on my Instagram. I have 2 posts, a left-handed and a right-handed post for the 2 different instructions, and then you can also purchase it for a minimum of £2 over on my Ko-fi if you would like to support me just a little bit more. And that pattern has direct links to the stitch photographs, so you can, you know, download it for yourself, or you can change the colors and like kind of customize it a little bit more. But yeah, so thank you to everyone who has made one already. It's honestly so cool to see like my idea and my design be made. Like it's a wild thing. So yeah, hopefully I'm trying to write like some other patterns at the moment for actual physical items. I have 2 that I'm kind of like trying to get through, but I will also be releasing a Christmas version of the Halloween tapestries, obviously, but they'll just be Christmas themed, so look out for that. They'll probably be out in like November, early December kind of time. So yeah, but just thank you for all your kind words as well. It's like really cute. I do appreciate it. But yeah, without further ado, that is kind of everything that I have to show you guys. I managed to ramble on for pretty much the same amount of time that I would have usually rambled on for, so we shall see. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking around whilst I ramble on about crochet. I love it as always. But if you like the video, then please do like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. It'd be great to have you here. And if you want to come see what I'm up to when I'm not on YouTube and I can like kind of post little bits and bobs a little bit easier, please do come follow me over on my Instagram and my TikTok. I'm Jazzy0451 on both of those. But without further ado, have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening, wherever you are. Drink some water. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.